Hello everyone, light magicians. Welcome to our magic mindset, our magic moment show, this is number 2, I believe. And today I want to chat about mindfulness and the power of it and how it can really impact your life. Because when you just start to become more aware, open your mind to alternative thoughts, actually consider an alternative perspective without committing to it, but just allowing it to exploring it, the curiosity of some another thought train. And everything that we were taught when we were younger, and some of it doesn't serve, a lot of it doesn't serve us as we grow and evolve. And it's okay for us to find our own thoughts and our own beliefs and our own way of doing and thinking things. And for me, I'm always learning, growing, and I'll always bring that here to you guys, because there's so much to learn, there's so much to embrace, and there's so much potential for each and every one of us to embrace and grab a hold of. In about 20 minutes, I'm going to be jumping on the Universal Laws series, and it's week 8, and we're going to be speaking about the law of non-resistance. And mindfulness is, this is part of mindfulness, is not being resistant to all that goodness that wants to find its way to you. Because when you're resistant, there's a block there, can't get through. And do you know how frustrating it is to see someone on a trajectory of receiving something, and then they turn their back on it or block it with a negative comment, or with not believing in themselves, or not thinking that they're worthy? Do you know how frustrating that is? Because I can see it, I can see it coming. I can see the magic happening. And then it's just like crushing. You go, oh no. Yes, there was a struggle, but you're just about to have that breakthrough, and it's going to be worth it. Stick it out. Don't give up. Don't shy away from it. You are worthy. Let it come. Let it through. And when you live through the laws, when you learn and you get to embrace and be more mindful of what's around you, and you're more mindful that there's infinity. There's no limitations on what we can do, what we can receive. And just being mindful of our reactions to things. And that's a big one with mindfulness is, like for example, today, I adore my children, adore them. But one of them was doing everything just to, as I say, stop poking the bear, please. Stop poking the bear. And yet they kept poking the bear. And so I had to be mindful to say, well, obviously they are looking for attention and they need me to stop and be present in that moment. Obviously I'm distracted doing things, and and so they are poking the bear because they want attention, and this is the way that they think they can get it. So because I was mindful of that, and I stopped and took that time with that child, I diffused the situation. I made someone feel more loved and more worthy, more just heard. Whereas if I had a growled, say, get away, I'm doing something busy, I'll get, which, sometimes I do, to be honest, I'm human, but I always choose to be more mindful of choosing the right, being more mindful of and more considerate and have more empathy in a situation. Because when I do, the results are so much higher in vibration, not just for me, but for those around me. So that's just one scenario. One thing we can't do is control others, but we can control how we react. And if we react, be mindful of our reactions and react in a more loving, yes, I'm going to say loving, in a more loving way, we get more loving results. And why would we not want that? Why Why do we want to fuel the negative when it just takes a matter of just a moment to just pause and choose differently rather than react? Instead of reacting, we respond, engage, let someone be heard. You know, I know that in this world it's pretty fast paced and something, but it's important not just for them but for ourselves, because you know, do you not feel crap after you've made the wrong response, had the wrong response to something? I know I do, or what I feel is the wrong response that's aligned with my values. So I always try to be mindful of it, not just, you know, of how I interact with my children, but how I interact with everybody. You know, what am I saying about others? You know, even if I'm not saying it to their face, you know, I'm always mindful too. And if somebody's, you know, mean or coming at me with something heavy, I try to stop and think, where's that come from? Why, you know, I try to understand why, and I always respond with love, caring, and understanding. And I don't, you know, yes, I can feel hurt, but I understand that it's not me. It's just something more. You know, it's just something more, and I just happen to be the person it comes out on. And you know what? That very rarely happens, but when it does, you know, it's impacted. But those scenarios happen in our lives, but I focus on the positive ones. And the ones that aren't positive, I try to pour a bit of love into them because they need it the most, honestly and truly. All right. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope that the magic of life finds you today and every day, because you are deserving of it, and you deserve to feel what it's like to live at your highest potential. And if you join me on my journey, where I'm going to share with you all of my life magic, then you never know what could happen. Anything can happen. So embrace it, love it, set powerful intentions, and see where life can bring you. Bye, guys.